Hi guys and gals and kittens, and welcome to the AINIRO Magic Show. In this video I'm going to show you something kick-ass cool. And there's going to be a link in the description of this video to where you can try it out for yourself. It's free. Scrape AINIRO.io and return the first 11 external hyperlinks you find. Now what is happening is that this query goes to my server. The server generates code, and then the code executes, and the result of the execution is returned to the client. Now, we can only do HTTP GET for security reasons, but you can do a lot with HTTP GET, scrape air.org and return their H1 element, their description, and their title. So you can basically treat the web as your database and query the web, right? And do joins or group by or aggregates or whatever you wish from pure HTML. And let's do something else. Calculate 5 plus 11 minus 9 multiplied by, so that should be 50, right? Now you see the first request now goes a little bit slow because it generates the code. Consecutive requests executes in 150 milliseconds. So, and most of that of course is TCP, HTTP time. So, I mean, the thing is blisteringly fast. It's, I've measured Hyperlambda's performance and it's approximately 20 times faster than Python. Now, if I do function F12 here, right, and I go to network tab, and I ask a new question, which it didn't ever answer, let 13 minus 3, that should be 50. Now, watch the response time here on the first request. It's probably actually done that one already. Okay, let's do 15 minus 5. Yeah, now you see pending, 1.97 seconds, right? That is the first request for this particular query, which means the server needs to generate the Hyperlambda code using our Hyperlambda generator. So this request took 2 seconds. Look at consecutive requests. 149, 151, 148, 148, 148, 49, etc., etc. That is because the code is cached after the first code generator invocation that generates the code. So as long as I have the exact same text here, pass in the exact same text, it's going to look up whatever it did previously and reuse that code. If I add one dot here now, we're going to see that the response time is no longer 153 milliseconds, but some 1 to 5 seconds. Okay, now it was 3.93 seconds. If I do 16 minus 6, generates the code 1.29 seconds, consecutive requests, 150. If I change it, then it takes roughly 1.34 seconds here, etc. So basically this allows you to use the web as your database and query it almost using natural language as if it was SQL. And that's one fucking slot, one slot. Now, if you go to the dashboard and you use it from the dashboard, then you're authenticated as root and you have full control over everything. Now I can tell it to use the Hyperlambda generator to generate code with this prompt and execute it afterwards. HTTP endpoint with optional paging, returning artist records from Chimu database. And now it's actually allowed to use all keywords in Magic from this thing. Since this is a publicly available thing, I can't allow you to generate code that somehow modifies the state of the server for obvious reasons, because you could provide malicious code that like deletes the system folder or like creates random databases and stuff like that. However, here I have full control, right? So it didn't find my Chinook database, because it used double T. Change artist to artist and X try again. And here you see, I got a result. So, but the really kick-ass thing I want you to take away from this YouTube video is fetch the sitemap from AINIRO.io, turn all hyperlinks not containing not containing blog, for instance. That was the wrong slash, it was a backslash, so let me do it with a slash. And here you can see. So this allows you to bake in, like, you know, web query responsibility thingy-jingy into your apps, and it will actually just generate the code on the fly, on the map, in immediate mode. And of course, if I go to manage, I go to plugins and I search for natural language API, it's fucking plugin. So I mean, you've got a cloudlet, if you install the open source version of Magic, or you've got a cloudlet being hosted by us or something like that, you can install this today, right? And let's show you how it looks like from our Swagger interface. Natural language API, ta-da, instruction, calculate 11 multiplied by 10. See, the first request goes slow because now it's generating the code. Consecutive requests, 100 milliseconds. So, and everything's there, open source. You go to AINIRO.io if you want to play with this yourself. You go to AINIRO.io, which is our website. You come here, right? And then you scroll to the very bottom until you find this thing, natural language API, and you click it. And there you go. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.